Tonight's opening line. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. So that opening line is from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's called Pure Imagination. And I thought it was fitting for today's topic, which is drugs. Drugs are really excellent.
That word drugs is just
It's such a heavy word,
hits,
right?
yeah, it hits you in
And
the
it comes
ear.
with such, I don't know where the mind goes when you hear the word drugs, but I do think that it can be just take over your mind, create a whole world of imagination, which is why I chose those lyrics for the opening line. But I wanted to talk a little bit about first off, how drug culture is so normalized today. Like, I think, I know a lot of people that get fucked up all the time.
Yeah,
Every
it's
single
normal.
day.
Every day, like it's normal. And, I mean, one, it's exhausting on the body, but I don't know. What do you make of that? What do you think?
Personally, I just think everybody just like people be dealing with life.
Yeah.
Life is hard, and drugs let you escape. Depending on the drug too, though. Like you said,
Absolutely.
that's a
Right, yeah, depending on
It can be very
spectrum.
different. Have y'all seen the movie Bliss?
bliss.
Is that with Zoe
describe it.
Kravitz?
No, I love her, by the way, though. But
She's awesome.
Salma Hayek and Owen Wilson.
I don't think. Oh, that was on
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
Yes.
I didn't get to see that.
this new.
It came out a couple years ago.
But the premise is
was good,
these
though.
two people are basically on drugs. So they're going through the movie, and it's like, oh, this is really the key to like the realness of life. So when they take it, everything's beautiful and luxurious, and you just think it's like, gets them away from everything. And really, in the movie, you're even like, okay, this is real life now. Like when they're on the drug, but in real life, they're like homeless and living on the street, and the whole bliss is like it's covering up their whole perception of reality.
Damn,
that's
that's
about
crazy.
this.
Sometimes I think
it's
about
pretty
that.
wild.
I sometimes think about like, what is it really like to be like strung out on drugs? Because they be looking. Sometimes they do look blissful.
They're in a different
Yeah,
world.
they're in a
absolutely.
different world.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just be tripping, looking happy. Sometimes they be tripping, having conversations. It's like, yo, where are you? What does it look like? You know what I mean? That's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially on the degree of the drug, because I feel like there's some drugs that severely damage your brain to where like you're seeing isn't real, and then there's some drugs that open up your mind. So it's like, and I don't think that they should even be called the same. You know
I
what I'm
know,
saying?
it's
Like
such a
putting them under the
overlapping
same.
word,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What y'all think? Y'all experiment with drugs?
Shrooms is the only thing I go past weed. Other than that,
Really?
no, yeah.
I only experienced shrooms once, and I just think that everything was so vivid. Like everything was expanding.
I love shrooms actually.
It was a great
I
experience.
do too.
And weed is always, it's a constant.
Well, and see, these
Definitely enjoy
two
shrooms.
very natural things as well. But
But they give me two different feelings though.
Very different feelings.
I want to talk a little bit about shrooms and kind of like normalize that a little bit more, because I think that people are kind of scared of it, because again, it's just a drug, and then it's gonna, like, I'm gonna see shit, it's gonna be crazy. So like
Microdosing of shrooms or taking shrooms in large quantities.
A lot of people that's scared, they don't know the difference.
right.
Oh.
So break it down for us. Break it down.
Personally, for me, when I microdose, I go out. I want to take shrooms. So I want to say it when I go out to party.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I'll just be free. I'm dancing. I'll be in my own world. So I take about an eighth with me, and I just nibble on them throughout the night.
Oh, so you gradually,
Yeah.
you don't just down the whole eighth at once.
No.
Okay.
Now that's when you're gonna see.
Oh, for sure.
Your
Yeah,
vivid
yeah,
color.
yeah.
Your vivid color.
Absolutely.
Whole eight gone with me.
We're gonna talk about that
eight
too.
gone.
One time I was microdosing, and I'm adding the alcohol on top of it, so I get out of pocket. So then we kind of pass microdosing, and the night is over.
Kinda.
Yeah, no, kind of. Man, the night was over, and then the shrooms, they was kicking my ass, so I prefer microdosing.
So yeah, the gradual of it, for sure.
They can like grab you and not let go. You just
Right.
be
Yo.
tripping
And
for
then
a
you just
minute.
go for
Yeah.
the ride.
Listen,
at
my
that
first
point.
time taking shrooms, I went to a Drake night. Drake only.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, they had the lights flashing.
Oh, I bet it
So
looked
they
really
played,
cool, yeah.
when the shrooms kicked in, and they played Marvin Room. I'm the only one standing in the middle of the floor. Everybody fades out. There's fog around me. Yeah, it was amazing.
It's a music video now.
Nah, facts.
That's dope.
Don't laugh, Ash.
It was giving euphoria.
Right. Well, and that's the key. That's the key. I mean, as we talk about, I don't even, again, I don't want to use the word drug either, but as we talk about drugs, I feel like this is one that generally has very good feelings attached to it. I've never had a bad trip. Have you had a bad trip before?
I haven't.
I personally haven't had a bad trip, but I do have a couple people who have horrible trips. They just be,
I think it's them,
yeah.
though.
It's all about the, like, where you are in your life, your perspective with your emotions. Because if you go into that process not in a good
Not
mood,
ready for
or
that.
not dealing with your
Yeah,
subconscious
absolutely.
emotions,
Yeah, I get
something's
that.
gonna come for you, and you're gonna have to deal with it.
You are gonna come for you. Like your mind is
You're
gonna
the
come
only
for
person
you.
that got to deal with it.
Yes, and that's why I'm like, it's so interesting that you like take it purposely, like when you're going out socially, because it is something that to me it makes you think a lot. You know.
No, because when I go out socially, I'm trying to be free from reality, what happened during the week. So
That makes sense.
Do you feel like it enhances? Have you ever tried to create or do anything artistic on?
personally, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
On shrooms, I was just taking in the world. I was at my friend's house, and I just was on the couch and realized there was parts of his apartment that was expanding and minimizing at rapid rates. But yeah, I don't know how you going outside. I'm not going
I would
outside.
like to,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you going outside
Outside
to the party? No,
Yeah.
you need to be in a secure
when I say
location.
that, you see me when I go out.
Yeah.
Shrooms at the party. Yeah, it's like I'm in a '80s music video with my button up, my chest out, just dancing.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in my own world.
That's well, and that also shows you must trust the people around you too, because
Facts.
anybody could fuck up your vibe, but you are the vibe. It
Yes.
sounds like.
And that's what it is. Like you said, I am the vibe.
Yeah.
So I ain't worrying about. As long as I don't get touched, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touching, I'm straight. Yeah.
I feel you. No, well, I do think that shrooms is one of the more like healing type of drugs, and I'm really an advocate for it as I, Psych 101 psychedelics and things. But I want to talk about its literal like healing powers. So depression, for instance, anxiety, a lot of things that people struggle with, which is maybe why they overuse these other drugs. I feel like when you take a trip and take a significant trip, the shroom kind of like enters your mind and like figures out what's wrong or where the issue is and helps you resolve what that thing is. So it's cool to use it intentionally in that way. Like if you, I don't know, are struggling with insecurity or you're struggling with different fears in your life. Like,
Yeah, I like the intentional being able to like know what you're getting into, know what you want out of it. Like I think that's important. Like I want this out of it, you know what I mean? And then when you take it, you're seeking that, as opposed to going in with no intention at all. Then you can be led anywhere, and not having any type of.
It's usually still somewhere good.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I think because the mind goes where it needs to go. You know
Right.
what
I
mean?
think also you have to be able to take from it, like this is good, as opposed to because someone can take healing is bad. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it might just hurt to heal. It was good in the long run, but if you look back at the moment, it was stressful. It was a lot to deal with. It was emotional. So some people can view that as a negative when really it was ultimately good for everyone.
Shout out to Hollywood for that fear.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, putting fear in people.
A lot of fear behind shrooms. They got the new movie with the dogs. The dogs talking, and the dogs eat the shrooms.
What you talking
Hear
about?
about
Good
this.
job.
Jamie Foxx is one of the dogs. Will
Oh,
Ferrell.
shit.
Shit gonna be funny.
Oh, that's dope.
Is it coming out? Or it's
I
already
think it's
out?
called Strays.
Oh,
It might already came out.
I think I heard of something like that.
Yeah, hell
That's
yeah.
cool.
I'm gonna have to tune in.
No, that's Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood
Yeah.
definitely,
Scare
and
everybody for it.
I'm sure it's just like there's bad drugs. You know what I'm saying? There's things that you do not need in your body at all.
Especially
and I think
in
that's why you
excess.
can't demonize all of it. You just got to be like, okay, like Motrin is a drug. Advil is a drug.
Yeah,
There's certain
Tylenol,
drugs,
yeah.
And
that
those
people-
drugs, if you do them in excess, deteriorate different parts of your body. And people don't read up on that. They just pop them like on a regular basis.
That's true.
Does it feel good?
Yeah, instantly it can feel good. Yeah, and you don't gotta. I think avoidance is big with today's culture. Like let me
Yeah.
just tuck this away and let me do something else to make me not feel it.
Press.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully it doesn't ever get that deep. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to mushrooms, I hope people don't start abusing it, and like when it becomes legal and more
Well,
open, I hope
I
people
feel
don't
like
start.
you kind of can't because it's like you're not even the effects so you got to take breaks. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Or it's not
take
gonna.
breaks.
Yeah, it naturally like
you just gonna really
regulates.
just be out here just bugging out.
Bugging
That's
out,
worse
yeah.
than just a strung out addict. Somebody that's like just
Always taking shrooms.
That's-
Yeah.
Taking shrooms.
Yeah,
What?
wild.
It's gonna be no reality for them.
Yeah.
Nah, my boy did that. At Nordstrom. I was at Nordstrom for like 7 years. He was doing shrooms like every day.
Every day,
Now the
right?
side effects in the morning, like the sensitivity to light,
Yeah.
you know.
It's not.
I know some people did shrooms and they just whole attitude is different.
Yeah.
Like
Kinda-
better or worse.
It's like, okay, so like, first of all, you gotta understand, like, when you say better or worse, it's in the construct of society. So society is gonna want you to be like them in order to say that you're better. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, you're functioning properly, so you're better. But at the same time, like, he doesn't exist in society's rules. You know what I'm saying? So he's more extroverted, more extra. He's way more like. And I think like if you put him in a normal setting, he probably would come off weird. But he's an artist, so it's perfect.
What's your definition of normal?
I think normal is like nature is always my baseline when it comes to normality. I always look at the structures of nature and natural occurrences, and then everything else can be a reflection of nature or something trying to go against it in a way, and that's kind of like unnormal.
Okay.
But then like society itself is very unnatural. Like skyscrapers and just, like stuff like that.
Wow, shit.
I mean, it's natural to humans for us to build those things, but it also like we went overboard and destroyed the planet, So
We did go overboard.
Super overboard. They're building some new buildings every day. Ripping down trees.
That's probably why the animals terrified of us.
It ain't no animals.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
I wanted to talk about that because speaking about animals, I was in North Carolina recently in Charlotte, and I went to this reptile zoo that I like to go to, and they have like all the caged up reptiles, frogs, lizards, snakes, all that stuff, iguanas and stuff. And I'm just thinking like, damn, like, are they still in the wild and are they abundant? And like, even when I saw like the other stuff that they had taxidermy heads of like elk and goat and just random stuff. Like, I hope they still out there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, it's been a while. I don't know.
No,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
now.
Like, it's real. Like, I want to know, like, is the jungle still flirt? Like, when I watched Lion King recently, I really just watched Lion King. I was like, yo, I heard a song. I was like, let me watch Lion King. And, like, I was just thinking, like, and they had all of them. They had, like, 3 elephants, 3 giraffes, little birds over here, all the animals, zebras and stuff. I'm like, yo, that's fire.
Thriving
like,
in
yeah,
harmony,
and I was just
yeah.
hoping, like, damn, I would hope it's still like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all haven't been to Africa, but, like, I just hope it's still like that. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, it's like the animals are still there, but I don't, like, if it's anything like America, if there's people in other countries who think that we're flourishing with bears and deer and da-da-da, like, I mean, we got a lot of deer. There's definitely a lot of bears. But like, yeah,
It's a lot of deer.
it's definitely a lot of deer, yeah.
I don't think no animal reproduces as much as deer.
Probably.
Yeah, there's so many deer.
And they're
yeah.
getting hit all the time.
They get hit all the time. It's a deer season when we go out and kill them on purpose.
Yeah, there's literally
Facts.
hunting season, yeah.
I don't think there's enough of the predator to maintain the quantities of the deer. Like if we're always, like people like to hunt, so if you're hunting a specific predator, that would maintain the quantities of that specific
Yeah,
prey.
if there was a lot of
That's fair.
wolves, yeah,
That's
that's
fair.
true. That's true, yeah.
I
Damn, I
didn't
never
think
thought about that.
I just thought it's a lot of deers fucking.
What is going on?
Yeah, nah, real shit.
They're sure
Real
be
shit.
fucking.
Deers be fucking because there's always some shit in
No,
deers,
I was
bro.
Yeah.
thinking
That
pretty
makes
much the
sense.
same. And they're always a family, like it's a bunch of baby
There
bears.
is
Yeah.
always a family.
They be fucking.
And they good.
But yeah.
I've never I had a deer jerky once when I was in like middle school. I had a friend who gave me some deer jerky. But I don't know if that's like I never had like cooked deer or anything.
Oh,
I
like
don't
venison?
know, but-
Yeah, people eat it a lot.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's fire,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I know like people definitely like don't waste the deer after they hunt them. So that's good.
That's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? But yeah, I always wondered that. Like I saw like some exotic frogs, like purple, looking yellow and black spots, and I'm just like, yo, like
It's screaming poisonous.
there was this one frog.
Don't
yeah,
touch. Yeah.
There was this one frog that was yellow and it just was on a leaf, and it looked like some eggs, like some scrambled eggs. You wouldn't even think it was an animal. It just looked like some scrambled eggs on a leaf.
Yeah.
But you can look close and see the eyes and the legs and da-da-da. I'm like, yo, like nature is just crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? They be doing
Nature is
some,
crazy.
yeah.
Death to all
And even they
frogs.
be on certain, like, they deal with mushrooms before we have. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Animals be
they
high.
got to,
yeah.
right? They gotta be eating the same shit and be
But
like,
you know, y'all animals definitely get high. Dolphins, you know how the dolphins get high?
How?
Dolphins
Oh, the
get high?
puffer
They
fish.
catch the puffer fish and they hold it in his mouth and they release a toxin.
oh
and
wow.
he's super high. That's what make them jump out of the water. Like that.
That's cool.
They play like a game with the
You never
pufferfish.
knew
They
that?
play a game.
No,
No, I never
didn't
knew
know
that.
dolphins out here getting high.
Yeah,
Animals
It's
get high,
natural,
bro.
see?
man.
Because there's so many different like plants and animals that release toxins
There's probably so many we don't even know
to protect
about.
themselves.
Facts.
People
And it
trying
just
to
has
eat 'em and
natural
shit.
side effects. We get high off of it.
But when we say getting high, like herbs cause different effects too, and it's like we don't consider those drugs, but they still affect us. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, I mean, we call those drugs, but we don't call them hard drugs. I guess we don't call them hard
Yeah.
drugs.
Only
But like,
because of the year it is now.
you know,
But it for a long
we had to
time.
try a bunch of different stuff before we figured out what did what and what was good, what was bad.
Okay.
You know, so it's just experimentation. Like some drugs we figured out helped us, some drugs we figured out just fried us. You know.
But who classified them?
Definitely, the people who don't want us to, you know,
I had to catch myself. I said the C word.
they don't want us to. They don't want us to be trying everything. I think there's a lot of reasons. I don't want to say there's all just because of suppression, even though I believe there's a big part of it
Yeah.
is suppression.
Because it does really, like, especially with shrooms, for instance, it does unlock so much of your mind.
There
Yeah.
are some drugs that were purposely created to destroy,
Right. Yeah.
sure.
Exactly.
and it did its job. Still
Yeah.
doing its job to this day.
Still doing the job. Yeah. And those are the ones that I guess they just mix chemicals, use nature in a way where it's against it, in a way like working against nature. But then there's drugs that work for it. So we got to be thankful for those. I feel like mushrooms does a lot when it comes to empathy and like tapping in with nature and what's around you and your surroundings and caring about the next person. Just like qualities that I think you're not even taught to cultivate those things, like how to treat each other, how to tolerate each other, how to accept yourself. I think those are all things that you learn on mushrooms that they don't want you to do because you're not going to make money.
This is a thought then. I wonder if those things are natural. Like, it's natural to just love yourself, and it's natural to just be in a good, positive state, and like how you be at the club on shrooms. Like, that's your
Yeah.
natural state,
Yeah.
you know?
I think that also comes with like understanding. Like the more you understand about what's around you, the more you can feel like okay. You know what I mean? But it's like the unknown, the fear of the unknown. It just keeps you in a state of like, well, I don't know, so let me just believe whoever tells me, or let me just believe the first thought that pops into your head. You know what I'm saying? But I think that trust in yourself is just like what it's about. Like trusting yourself and like being able to make your own decisions based on how you feel as opposed to what you think you should do because they tell you should do that. You know what I'm saying? Does it feel good?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like ask that question first. And I think that mushrooms taps you into like, even if you're in around a conversation, it doesn't feel good to hear that. You'd be like, yo, can we talk about that later?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Important
it's
right
like, can we
now,
choose?
yeah.
It's like choosing what to feel as opposed to like just being at whim of what's around you. And I like that choice. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
want
I
to feel
like it
this
too.
and I'm gonna chase it. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
not conducive to a cubicle 9 to 5 like lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
so that society pretty much is based off of. So
Well, I want to break down a little bit of microdosing because I know not a lot of people know. So people say they microdose all the time, but truly a microdose of shrooms is 0.3 grams. So it's very, very, very little amount. So what you're going to get with a microdose is just, I guess, kind of just like a calm feeling. No visual stuff, no stimulation. It's just like you just feel chill. So a lot of people use that as kind of a regular or a semi-regular thing to just, like, as you would medicine in the morning, you know what I mean? Or like
Right.
smoking weed in the morning, let me just have a little microdose and just
Right.
chill out and not have bad mood. Then there's a low dose. So like the tea when you try it,
Yeah.
it's a low dose. So it's 0.7, so it's still less than a gram, but there's a little bit of visuals and it's a little bit more of the high and it's still a euphoric feeling. So I think when people are first starting out with shrooms, it's important to start small and kind of,
Gotta start a little bit at a
gotta
time.
start small.
I was told small was half a eighth when I first did shrooms. It was like, oh, you want a small dose?
One time?
Yeah, half an eighth was my first trip.
Yeah. How did it go?
Oh, I cried. Like I summed it up. I went to the mirror. You know what I'm saying? I looked at myself in the eyes and I was like realizing that I was in a body for the first time. Like actually realizing like, oh, I'm driving this. Like this isn't just me. I'm in it. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
that awareness,
Yeah.
that
And then I was like, oh, I'm in it. Like, and then I just kind of felt like I was in a spaceship, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I just felt like I was in a
Spaceship.
vehicle. Or,
Navigating
yeah. It was like introducing, it was like meeting myself. You know what I'm saying? It was very like emotional. But then I remember I went on like a rant. I was talking for hours after that. And I was trying to roll a blunt, and the blunt was just in my hand for like 2 hours. Like holding the blunt. Not rolled, yeah. But yeah, it was cool.
What's the most you did at one time?
I told you the 8th, but like I said, that was throughout the.
Yeah, you still spaced it out. So.
But when I
How many
space it,
hours do you space it out?
I don't count hours because we might.
You're just
can
out
go-
here living.
We might can go by songs.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right,
'Cause I
that's
might-
good that you
if
can
I'm
keep.
feeling good,
You
I
danced
might-
all night. Okay.
I might take some at the beginning of the song. And I might eat another piece when this song fading out into the next song. So
So
I just
basically,
know-
you've had an 8th.
I just know when the night is over with, the bag that the apes is in is empty.
Okay. And what about you? You said just microdosing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Well, I do recommend taking an 8th. I like to take it all at once. And I think that it's a very spiritual type of thing. So I would challenge you, Wayne, to do it not when you're going out. I mean, socially it's cool too, but just one time at least. Do it when you're going to be by yourself. And I'm
I'll think
telling you,
about it.
I think you're going to be very introspective. It's going to be very reflective, very cathartic, like release of emotions. I find it to be a very personal drug. It can be a party thing as well, but
I don't know if I was
Yeah, I
going
think
the
it's an
spiritual
inside
journey
thing.
though. I don't think I was attaining that. I was just like,
no, you didn't take it. I'm talking about an 8th, girl.
Yeah,
Take a
yeah.
full
It's a
8th.
It's a different it's a different feeling when you do a lot, and also like I think it's a body thing. You know what I mean? It's like your emotions, and you start to see how it affects your body, and how what you look at affects your body too. Like what you're paying attention to, and you just become more aware of that. You'll start to just have, more awareness of what you're spending your time doing, what you're looking at, what you're consuming, all that. Like all that matters. On a daily basis, it matters. But, if you want to get rid of clutter in your mind, I think that's one of the things you can do is to kind of guide your mind to get rid of clutter. That's one thing I use it for, is like this clutter, you think about too much things matter. It's like I'm trying to just evaluate and just let it go. You know what I'm saying? By the time I'm after a trip, whatever I'm worried about, I don't even know what it be, but I know that I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the main thing. Like,
Just I am.
it's just I am. Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Just being aware of yourself. But yeah, I mean, like I said, for everybody. And then back to what you were saying before, though, because I see you with the Dare shirt on.
Shout out to the DARE program.
Yeah.
No, mine says drugs are really excellent.
Hey, you take
Oh,
that.
that's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. It's from a drugstore.
Yeah, and I remember when the DARE program was going on, and I think, like I said, that term and just the power of being able to choose how we label things can do a lot for the acceptance of mushrooms, the acceptance of weed. Because a lot of people still think weed is negative. A lot of people think weed is going to fry you. And
I
you
know. It's so weird, like just being so, I don't know, was a part of the weed culture, but like I smoke weed. So, but people get like offended by it sometimes.
right,
and it's
right.
like weird to me. I don't know.
But we can't say it's way more accepted now.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah, it's way more
absolutely.
accepted, yeah.
Absolutely.
In public.
Yeah,
In
it's
public,
way more
the
accepted.
You don't get
pop-ups,
those
you can
mean
buy it
faces
anywhere.
as much as you
Yeah.
used to. You used to light a
Yeah.
blunt back in like 06,
It was, it used to be real taboo,
front of your
man.
nose at
Weed
you.
was like, yo, what? Weed?
But it's still like, mind your business. I don't know.
But it's crazy because the ones that front of their face, they
Oh,
probably
word?
smoke the most.
Yeah,
weed
see,
now.
Richmond is harsh with the weed. She said the only charges she ever got was in Richmond for weed.
Really?
yes.
It depends on the year.
I remember one time it was 420 and they searched my whole car because we
Oh,
smelled
they
like
was
weed
trying
and couldn't
to.
find
I
anything
got
and
a
they were
charge,
so
yeah. I got a
mad.
weed charge.
But in DC, they're real accepted. In Maryland, they're real accepted. New Jersey, real accepted.
Yeah, that's how
Florida,
they
they're
are
a
in New
little
York.
crazy, but you know.
Yeah. True, that's true.
I'm glad they're making a lot of waves with the legalization, for sure. though.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
bother you as
Yeah.
much now.
Nah.
That's
I think that's good. But this free my niggas locked up for that herb, man. Free niggas locked up for that
I
tree.
think,
'cause
aren't they doing it now?
I think so. Yeah. I think
Okay.
some are. I think if you got like charges while you was in there, I think they kind of let me.
Oh,
But I don't know how it works. But I just still feel like that's an interesting topic too. Like to renege on a crime is crazy. Like something was a crime and now it's not is a wild concept. Like
so are they gonna pay the people that have been locked up? Like you know, like
they
if
not.
they,
I don't
because
know.
I was like, I think I was
you
really
are
messed up.
compensated for.
Some of them
Right.
are getting checks, but not for getting off on those charges.
Oh, okay, all right.
I think
No,
also, I
wrongfully,
think they're making it so that
accused.
they can
Yeah.
get first in line to run a business selling weed if they wanted to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think in New York they did something like that where you're first in line to get a car. Nah, I don't think
That's
they'll do
pretty
that
sweet.
here.
If you had a weed
Commonwealth.
charge, we're gonna let you get a whole weed business now. That's pretty wild. But yeah, definitely not Virginia.
Another place I think they do that is like Colorado. Colorado just legalized crack.
They did
No,
just
Wisconsin.
legalize crack.
It was either Colorado or Wisconsin.
I don't understand. I don't.
Yeah,
But some people they actually like they need it. They can't.
they need it.
Oh,
Yeah.
because they're so
But
the
they-
body's so
yeah.
dependent on it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it's actually better for them to go get. I mean, it's gonna sound crazy. You know, issued by
Those a
Right.
small dose.
Issued by the government instead of some stepped on shit from around the corner.
Yeah, and that's the thing they're trying to stop is the fentanyl stuff and the overdosing. And
So when they do that, then do they just like gradually wean them off, or what's the long-term plan?
absolutely
of it?
not.
Okay.
yeah,
Or
I
they
think
just
you just
keep 'em
pull up
addicted
and they
for
give you a
life?
clean hit. Like,
But that's crazy though, because in Canada, the
Like-
guy who
Messes
opened the
up the
dispensary
supplement
for
life, so.
crack and heroin, they just indicted him in Canada.
they indicted him.
Yeah,
That's
because he opened a
crazy.
dispensary for crack, heroin, and something else, and he was only open for 3 days, and they came and got him.
Lucky he made
crack.
it out.
Yo, first of all,
Right, like,
crack
what?
is not necessary. You have to do so much to make crack. Like, why are y'all going through the method in there with bacon? So, like, just what?
So I mean, kind of going back to the beginning of the conversation, though, like when we talked about the overuse of these and people just needing to feel numb and needing to feel good, like what is the resolution? Is it just keep getting fucked up every day and we just like? I mean, I don't know. What do y'all think?
Some people can't deal with their problems though, and they need it. Like if you can't physically process, like I owe $150,000 in debt. One of my children just died. My husband is cheating on me. I'm using this to balance out all the negatives that are going on in my head on a cycle, and I can't cut it off. But with this drug, I can cut it
don't
off. I can
exist,
find
yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
So
I think
is it?
that's like music.
I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah,
we could also do
yeah,
that.
there's
instead
other
of doing drugs.
Drugs, yeah.
yeah,
Well, I'm
that's-
just, yeah, because ultimately, I mean, it can end up in death and like all these bad things. So
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Ultimately, it's just about healthy habits. I think that's
Yeah, facts.
ultimately it's about having healthy habits, and because working out could be a drug, this can be a drug, And I think your drug just has to be your habit, but make them a good one. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to like hard drugs and stuff like that, it's just like it sucks that the government like initiates it kind of with the like the fentanyl and what do they use to heal people, like morphine or methamphetamine. Yeah, they use a lot of that stuff to like heal people, and there's not enough emphasis on natural like remedies for anything, and you have to do your own research to even know about a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, because natural remedies put the pharmaceutical business.
I was
Yeah,
just gonna
it'll
go
stop
there,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Have y'all seen Dope Sick, the show?
Nah, what's that?
I haven't seen Dope. So you know on Hulu?
Yes, I mean it's a true story and it's based in Virginia, but it's basically about the opioid epidemic and how it
Yeah.
started, and like they were literally telling doctors to prescribe it and to prescribe more doses than they should, and everyone's dying and getting addicted and whatever, and they're still just
I know
pushing
a lot
it,
of people
pushing
who
it,
die
pushing
from
it.
overdose and shit,
and this
bro.
is in like Southwest Virginia, and they're making billions of dollars.
Like by
And
Radford.
you know who lives in
Yeah,
Southwest
I went to Virginia Tech. You was out there?
I went to Ferrum and then I transferred to
Hey,
VCU.
yes.
The partiers, man.
Then them type of mountain people
Yeah.
dope the fuck out.
Mountain people.
Facts. See, she used a different word.
It would make sense though. They're like, cause I know Ferrum, you're 20 to 25 minutes away from a Walmart. Your nearest mall is over 45 minutes away. So all you have is like cows and open
There's
fields. So
nothing
you
to
can
do,
you can have
yeah.
as big a rager as you
Just
want
be
and
high.
have people just be high
Just high.
and
High.
drunk as much as you want for hours.
Yeah, no.
I remember
cops.
one time this dude laced our weed with
Terrifying.
he laced our weed with something. When I tell you I was high, my friend was like, "We don't have no knees." I said, "We have to go home.
Jesus.
We have to go home."
That's
we don't have
literally
no
my biggest
knees?
fear. Yeah, come on.
Crazy.
Lacing anything like, and people really get fucked up over
People
that.
get fucked
like,
up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. The country.
That's how a
The
lot of people
yes.
Goes
actually,
down.
like, get strung out from
Yeah.
a lace blunt.
Just
They
one
wasn't aware of
time.
the
I
blunt being
know. It could happen to anybody. Like that
Now
shit is
you
so
strung out.
wild. So I don't know. I'm just big on education and awareness of these other ways that we can heal other than like numbing ourselves.
And
or
we can grow our
overstimulating.
own mushrooms and weed too. That's another thing too. Like we can grow our own. I'm like, I mean, not in this state. You can't grow mushrooms, but you can grow weed.
Yeah, you can.
You know what I'm saying?
Floor
You can grow,
plants.
yeah. And I think
Grow
that's
whatever
another
you
way.
wanna grow in this state, but you know.
Yeah.
There are rules, but you can still
There are rules, yeah. And I think like that's another way to keep your shit safe too. You grew it. You know what's in it.
You
know
know
what I'm saying?
exactly
Yeah.
what's in it. Yeah, facts.
And you don't always have to be on the streets looking for anything. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
shit is not wild and inaccessible like it used to be. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm an advocate for the shrooms. I'm an advocate for weed and for just these natural things that are healing. And I just want to spread the message of healing yourself, really, and promoting health, wellness, all that good stuff.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, like, we just grow up watching so much negative stuff, and it's not a bad thing. Like, there's reasons why people want to protect you from just trying anything. But also, the world isn't necessarily natural. So, like, it's like you kind of have to balance that out. Like, I need to be a little bit natural, and then, you know,
A little bit
a little bit,
supernatural.
yeah, a little bit supernatural, yeah. But yeah, a lot of times like working every day can be a lot, and like people have a lot going on in their lives, and escapism is a thing. But yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes
hence virtual reality and all that stuff. Which I mean, I know we don't have time to go on that topic, but I low key feel like that's modeled after like what the brain can create when you're on shrooms, like that the
VR?
ability. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Meta world?
Yeah, like
Okay.
you can close your
Oh,
eyes
yeah.
and you can like create like that shit. I could like literally see that if I was on an eighth of shrooms right now. So the same thing is like when you put on the VR and whatever. So
Everything's around you, yeah.
yeah, and the brain can create anything.
Yeah.
So
I told you, that's how I am with the shrooms at the party.
feel good, Mr. Feel Good.
Everybody fade out, the smoke comes.
Yeah, just don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
I like it.
it's all about how you program yourself. You know what I'm saying? And any drug you do, like if you have it intention, if you do anything with intention,
That's
and
true.
you know what I mean? Even when it comes to smoking weed, you have to ask yourself, why are you doing
If
it?
you're drinking liquor, if you're sad, you want to drink just because you're sad.
Yeah.
Ain't no crying.
Yeah, no crying,
I know,
yeah.
yeah. Or
But
you
there's
drink
times I got liquor and was like, I'm about to have the greatest night of my life. And then it literally was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, intention is everything. And like, when you look at time and just like, you can have the time based on like, I'm about to have this kind of time. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying that. And I think we
Absolutely,
don't
yeah.
do that enough. We allow
Agree.
circumstance and situations
To
to
affect
dictate
us,
like
yeah.
what kind of time we're gonna have. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that being intentional and having intention on what we're doing, you could be anything. You probably, I just thought about it. There's a Harvard study who's studying doing heroin in low doses. This white guy. And he's like, yo, I want to see, and he's like writing down the benefits of it and da-da-da. Like, it's a real thing.
Interesting.
So, who knows? He got intentions. That guy got intentions. Maybe he
He's
won't
just-
get addicted.
he's
You know what I'm
doing-
saying? Maybe it'll work different for him. You know
He's
what I'm
doing
saying?
a
I don't
study
know.
for a university or his own study.
I
Gotta
think
be his
I think
own.
it's his own study, but he came from like
I'm sure
a-
he just knows how to.
yeah, he
set
came
it
from
up
like he's not
all,
like
yeah.
he came from like there's a reason why he wants to know, you know what I mean?
No,
Okay.
absolutely. And again, I think it's anything in moderation. Like
It's
I
very-
think
yeah, I'm sure it's
because
moderation,
Even
yeah.
these drugs that were not natural and that were created, they were literally created to help people. Created.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wait, which
I think they accidentally discovered LSD though.
They did accidentally discover
Yeah.
LSD.
It was an accident, yeah.
But then they were using it to
Yeah,
help
then they
people,
started.
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
they was trying to use LSD
mean, they got a
to
little
control
wild with
people.
it.
Yeah. What's
Get
it
a little
called?
wild because you always get a little wild. Mind control.
Yeah, MK Ultra.
Yeah.
You can either be mind controlled or self controlled. You know what I mean? And being self controlled is, this is what you want. I'm controlled by myself. And then mind control is the mind. I think everything is a product of the mind. Like everything
I
around
think
us
the
is a
mind
product
is
of the
the
mind.
self. I don't separate the two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Word. I'm talking about like the products of the mind, like TV, radio. Those are still the mind, but it's really just what we created outside.
Creations,
Yeah,
yeah,
creation, like extensions of our mind, if you will. Like, yeah. You want to be able to put your own data in, as opposed to absorbing everything else from other people's minds. You know what I mean? I think that's
Absolutely.
the intention that I go into when I'm looking at mushrooms. Like, what am I running that doesn't benefit me? What programs, what thought forms do I have going on that
What
don't benefit
windows
me?
need to close
that
in
need to
my
close,
mind,
right? And
yeah.
which ones do I need to open up and be more open to receiving? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Dope,
shout out to
yeah.
the Shroomies.
Shout out to the
You know what I'm saying?
Shrooms. And if you need some tea, holla at your girl. What's up?
Everyone's had sex off of shrooms.
I have had sex off of shrooms.
What's your thoughts? You not rocking with it?
It's just like I'm so aware.
Me too.
Like, you know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
just-
Like
I was very
I can't
aware.
get lost in it. Like
yeah.
I'm just like I'm so aware. Like
That was my out of space moment right there. Like just, I was just floating. Just,
oh wow, okay.
yeah.
I be so in my mind. I'm so up here. It's
Yeah.
hard to
Me
be
too.
thinking
Yeah.
down
At the
here.
I
Like,
concur.
I'm
I had the
so
same
here,
experience. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm thinking
I would
about-
try it again, but yeah, that was my last experience. And,
Yeah.
and it wasn't a full eighth. Did you do
Oh,
a
it wasn't a full
eighth?
eighth?
Nah.
Nah, I was high as shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was high as shit. And I thought it would be great. I was like, this is gonna feel great. I feel great. This has to feel great. And it was just like, yeah. I'm doing calculus while I'm trying to
Literally.
didn't work.
Can't
Yeah,
even
facts.
tell you where my thoughts were going, but they weren't where they were supposed to be.
Yeah. Exactly. Good question though, man.
Yeah, that
'cause,
was-
like
yeah.
there's like drugs like ecstasy and all those stuff. People love having sex on that stuff. Yeah. So.
Because I think that the thing is like you feel more, but I feel like what I'm feeling is more, I don't know, like a metaphoric feeling than a physical feeling. You know?
Yeah, right.
There are other things that stimulate me physically that I would love to have sex on, but
Yeah.
shrooms is more like a mental. for
So
me.
have you done like ecstasy and like all? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never even done anything like that. I've never even done Molly. None of those. Like.
You never
Yeah,
done
I'm curious,
Molly?
though. I've never done Molly. Nah.
Me neither.
You never done Molly?
I never done Molly. But I definitely see people like having fun on it. I don't think it does the same thing as mushrooms at all. Like, and it's synthetic, and I think the long-term effects are probably way more detrimental.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anything synthetic.
It's not meant for.
Like when I
Like,
see
all
mushroom,
the
have you
time.
ever seen mushrooms grow? It's
No.
beautiful. It's almost like they
can
just be like.
imagine.
They just come
Yeah.
out the ground and they like form and
Like a
cluster
dance,
Up.
yeah.
It's like a dance. Like it's
A
crazy
dance
how
of
they come out.
nature.
Yeah, it's crazy how they come out the ground, man.
Versus
real.
factory shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you feel about the pharmaceutical company getting a hold of mushrooms? Yeah, like having their own. Like you can go to like Walgreens and buy shrooms. Like
Okay.
Wait, they have shrooms?
no, I'm saying like what if they will like soon? I'm sure.
I know
No,
that there's
you're gonna
certain-
ruin it.
Yeah,
You're
no,
gonna
it's
ruin
gonna
it,
be
right?
ruined.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gonna be ruined. But I mean, there's also places that are doing psychedelic assisted therapy. So I like that. I like that they're like making
That's
waves in terms of that and understanding the benefits of it. You know that it's something that really can help you. But I think anytime you get pharmaceuticals involved, it's just becomes about money versus about helping people.
Yeah, facts. I've seen some interviews of people at Woodstock,
Ooh.
and like, yo, them dudes be saying some shit. They be on the lawn, they be like covered in mud, but they just be like, yo, like we don't need to do this. Like this is all we want to do is feel good. Like why do we have to do this, that, and third? Like, and it was just making mad sense. I'm just like, yo, and I can see like someone who profits off of stuff looking at that like, nah, we gotta stop that.
Yeah,
we gotta stop that. Yeah.
immediately. And like you were saying too earlier about you just have awareness about like what you're putting in your body, like what's good
Yeah.
for you. So you're not gonna be
The
spending
hippies
all
gave up the
all
deets
that
too
stuff.
quick.
Yeah.
They should have kept it on the low. They was out there doing interviews,
Yeah.
snitching. Nah.
It makes you understand what's important and what's not. And a
Yeah.
lot of what's around us is not.
It's not important.
Yeah.
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 That's crazy.
Well, that's all my thoughts on shrooms and
All
drug
right.
culture.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. It's a pleasure. And thank you for tuning in to Psych 101.
Word. Peace.
My name is Ashley Banks. I'm performing Craving You. I want to shout out Lilith Rose and RVA Boombox. Thank you for having me. I'm very grateful. Can I slide in, slide out? Yeah. Can I slide in, slide out? Show you how you missing me. Can we take a ride, baby? Have I been on your mind lately? Going show to show, endless nights on the road. Bet you're growing so impatient. I'm sorry I kept you waiting for this bumping and grinding, into this tempting and teasing, into this moaning itching and fiending, and I'm strung out. Yes, I'm craving, touching you, itching and fiending, and I'm strung out. Yes, I'm craving, fucking you. Your lips sealed, but these sheets talking. Your eyes rolling back up in those sockets. Striking chords up on this body, caressing you, softly, ooh, so softly. Pebble gripping, fine dining, and twining in them legs. Eyes quivering, toes curling, body arching in this bed. Gonna make you miss me. I'm gonna make you mine. Gonna make you miss me. Where your jaw's on your mind. Got you yearning to taste this ecstasy. Suffocating on those thoughts of you and me. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Got you itching and fiending, itching and fiending, and I'm strung out. Yes, I'm craving, touching you, itching and fiending, and I'm strung out. Yes, I'm craving, fucking you.